I saw something in the movie that I hadn't seen before, and actually has a bit to do with Corky. And that's, I kind of saw some maliciousness in Corky this time around. Now, first of all, I think Corky isn't so concerned with the show being a big hit or anything for him to get his big break. He's concerned about being the star of the documentary that's being shot about the play. You can see that a lot, like him just trying to sound smart for the camera, and him trying to position himself between other characters and the camera when they're doing like more of the cinema verite kind of shooting and stuff. Yeah,
that's really interesting, Bill. I never thought about that, and I've seen it a million times, like I've established. Yeah, no, I've never thought of that. That's really cool.
And it kind of led me because when the music teacher starts trying to kind of step in there and wrest control away from Corky, I think, and that's when Guffman happens. I think he invents Guffman there. I think Guffman's completely fictional, and the Corky invents Guffman to ensure that he'll stay in front of the cameras because he doesn't want the music teacher there. And so once that works and things are progressing at pace, and he goes and he tries to get this extra budget and everything. Mm-hmm. I think he asked for such a ludicrous amount to make sure that the board can turn him down to increase the drama within the documentary, thereby increasing his character appeal because he's the put upon director who the town won't finance his play.
Oh.
And so he knew they'd ask him back eventually because who else is going to do it, right?
Right.
But it created some drama to kind of give his character play within the documentary. Now, I admit that, the guy who comes in and sits at the seat at the end or during the musical part, who they think is Guffman, and, Corky bringing him back there to meet the cast like he is Guffman, and the telegram coming up and everything, could blow a hole in my theory. But then again, I also think that Corky's just the kind of sociopath who would fix it, who would hire the guy to come in and sit in the chair and send the telegram to himself.
I don't even know necessarily if they hired the guy.
Maybe he just came in accidentally.
He just came in accidentally, and he had to bring him back because they were all like, he's here.
Mm-hmm.
He had to bring back whoever was in that chair.
Yeah.
It didn't matter whether, it was little Susie's cousin. Like, he was bringing that person back.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it was just like I started to see this sort of different dynamic to the movie, which I hadn't seen before. So I thought that was interesting. Any thoughts on that, you two?
First of all, I think the music teacher doesn't really try to assert himself too hard. I mean, he's just kind of like, I think we should work on the music a little bit more. But Corky totally overreacts. So I think it's interesting that you say that because, watch that scene again. Corky really goes over the top there. Come on, dude. I mean, he's trying to be very kind. Like, actually, this soft-spoken, this guy, you know what I mean? He's not really trying to be obnoxious, and Corky really blows it up. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. There might be something to that, Bill. But I kind of agree with Anne Marie. That does seem kind of like, the guy was just accidental. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He just wanted that balloon for his kid. Which if you watch that again, I think the kid that he talks about is way too young to have a balloon.
It's a newborn.
Oh, yeah. A newborn baby.
Yeah.
A newborn does not get a balloon.
That's right, a newborn baby. You don't give a newborn baby a balloon.
I barely give my 7-year-old a balloon.
Yeah, so
right.
Like I definitely think that probably the interpretation that most people take away from the movie is correct, but I thought that was kind of a different, interesting way to look at it, and if that was the case, it would kind of cast the character of Corky in a slightly different light.
Slightly different, yeah.
Do not adjust your computer screen. It's your mind we're changing. Stories set to a theme. Think outside. Universe Box.